Hello friends, welcome. Well, can you believe it is November already? Time is flying by, but with the beginning of November comes a brand new sheet load from Call Me Crafty Al. So this month's sheet load is a great way to use up some scraps, and I'm very excited about my plan for my sheet load card. So let's go ahead and switch the camera and take a look at it. All right, so here is the November sheet load from Call Me Crafty Al. It's a fun design, unique, and there's something very special this month. You're going to get some free paper designs that if you are a member, you can get the colors, and if not, there's a bonus digital paper just for watching the video that you can download. But if you're a follower of Crafty Al, you can get all the colors, so that's fun. And the papers come from Sassy LLC, which is Sarah Liz. So if you do not follow her, she has fantastic products over there with great sentiments, and the emergency card kit is kind of her thing, and it is so fun. So definitely check out Sarah Liz over at Sassy's LLC. All right, let's get started with the instructions for this month's sheet load. So this month I'm not using the paper. I've got another project later that I am going to use the paper, but I wanted to keep with the paper pack that I've been using from Dare to Be Artsy. I decided I'm going to use the same paper pack for all of the sheet loads through the rest of this year, but I will switch once we get to January. So I'm going to continue making Christmas cards, but when I saw this month's design, I went straight to this piece of paper with all the colorful strips. So you can see I'm still using that same paper pad. So some of these strips are a little too wide, but there's definitely some of them that we're going to use. So I do believe that this paper is still available at Dare to Be. All right, so I've gone ahead and trimmed up the pieces that we're going to use. I'm not going to use these wide ones on the outside, but I may add some of those to the inside of my card. I love the back side of this striped sheet. It has these fun, colorful snowflakes, and I thought they were perfect. I love the colors that are in this paper pad. So here are the ones that we're going to use, and for this one it's a little too narrow, so I cut the strips of blue so that it will be the correct size for our sheet load. Alright, so let's go through the dimensions. For my one sheet of 8.5 by 11, I have cut 4 3.5 by 4 3/4 white cardstock, and I've gone ahead and embossed that with this kind of like a snowflake pattern. This is a Simon Says Stamp 3D embossing folder, and I just wanted that kind of hint of snowflake back there to kind of go with our paper. And I went ahead and I've cut those down and run those through. And I went ahead and did that to all 4 of the white panels. You can kind of see that design there. All right, for our second sheet of 8.5 by 11, cut them down to 3 3/4 by 5. And I chose to do that in red. For our smaller piece of red paper, I've gone ahead and Crafty Al uses a die set from Trinity Stamps that Sarah Liz designed to go with her emergency card kits, and they fit perfectly with her designs, and I am definitely going to pick up that die set. But for now, I am using a waffle flower stitched scallop that you've seen me use before, and that is the one I'm using to be my 2.5 scalloped circles. For my strips, I cut some red ones, but then I changed my mind and I decided to go with the blue instead. So I'm going to, like I said, mount that red, and that's the piece that we're going to use to be that strip that's 4 by 3.25. For my white circles, I've gone ahead and die cut the 2.25-inch circles. Now I don't have any top folding card bases at the moment, so I'm just going to put them on card panels, and later I will add those to card bases. So I went ahead and I do have 3 cut 4.25 by 5.5, but I also, some additional paper from the paper pad, I cut a couple of these snowflake backgrounds to 4.25 by 5, and I thought we'd give that a try and see if we like it with the snowflake edge as well as the white. We'll kind of give it a try and see if we like it. So for this month's sheet load, Crafty Owl has provided this nice little template for us to use to make sure we get our strips in the proper place. So I'm going to show you how to do that. And we will need all 4 of our smallest white embossed pieces. And I'm going to go ahead and use some removable adhesive to hold my paper in place. But we're going to go ahead and add our strips using the template here that Crafty Owl has provided. And you can see how I'm lining that all up in its place. All right, I think I'm ready to start gluing down. By the magic of video, we have 4 finished and ready to go to the next step, which is adding them to our red frames. So Crafty Owl uses a great little tool from Pear Blossom Press that helps you get the perfect outline, but I do not have one of those yet, so we are going to do our best to get these centered. I really like them with the red frame. I'm loving how these are coming together. All right, last one, and then we will decide whether we want white backgrounds or the snowflake backgrounds. Perfect. All right, so this card design has a nice wide border for the card base. Let's try it on the snowflakes and see how we like it. Ooh, I like it. Let's do 2 and 2. I like that. All right, try to get these just perfect. You'll have to let me know which one you like best. Do you like it on the white background, or do you like the snowflakes and the color behind it? I think I like them both equally. Maybe we'll decide after we get the sentiments on. I'm really enjoying the blue and red color palette for Christmas. It's different than anything I've ever done before, but this particular paper pack from Dare to Be Artsy really uses the 2 colors together in a great way for the holidays. All right, for our sentiments, I have gone ahead and loaded them here in my mini Misty. And I got my sentiments from 3 different Dare to Be Artsy packs. I'm using the Merry Everything and Happy Always, the May the Beauty of the Season Bring You Joy, and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. All right, we'll go ahead and get the circles loaded in, and we'll just go ahead and stamp all of those at the same time. I'm going to use the color Suede Shoes from Catherine Pooler just to bring in a little more of that bright blue. I'm going to go ahead and stamp these several times so that my sentiment is nice and dark. There's really not anything other than the sentiment going on this card, so I want my sentiment to be really bold and kind of pop off the card. Perfect. I think I like the Merry Christmas and Happy New Year best. So we'll go ahead and do our fourth one with that sentiment. I'm kind of a traditional girl. I like Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. All right. Now I think that I'm going to pop these up on my card. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue those down to all of the scalloped circles. Now, I really like this scallop because it gives a nice wide scallop. I think that's a fun look. And you've seen me use these before, but we're going to go ahead and get all these attached. So if you like making card sets to like sell at Christmas holiday fairs or that kind of thing, the sheet load is a great way to do that because you get a lot of cards. They come out looking, very the same, and they come together very quickly. But that's just a great way to make little card sets if you want to sell them here at the holiday time. But these are actually going to be my Christmas cards. These are the ones I'm going to send out this year, along with the others I've made in the different sheet loads, I think since September. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and use up the rest of this little piece of foam and add a little bit more onto each one of these to hold the sides up. And just to be thorough, I'll get just a little more chunk and finish it off. All right, we are on the home stretch. Just gonna try to get that centered. Excuse me again. So tell me in the comments, do you like the white background or do you like the snowflake blue ones? I'm having a hard time deciding which is my favorite. I really like them both. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me on November's sheet load of cards. If you have not tried it, do go over to Crafty Owl's or YouTube channel where you can download the instruction sheet and join in the fun. It's a great way to make some quick cards, and this month's design is a great way to use up some scrap paper, or if you have a sheet with those pre-made strips, it's a fun way to use those. And thank you so much for joining me. And like I said, I didn't use my paper from Sassy's LLC, but I will definitely be using it soon, and I will either make a video. It's done. Okay.